I guess the question really is, can this girl become this girl? What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you've been around my page at all, you know I'm pretty much just a romantasy reader, although this past year I did branch out quite a bit. My recent love for reading was started by ACOTAR, and then followed by Throne of Glass, and then Crescent City, and then Fourth Wing, and all the books you hear about all the time. Do I love those? Yes, absolutely. But I decided at the end of 2024 to really take a chance on something I'd never really tried before, which was high fantasy. Brandon Sanderson was recommended to me so many times across all of my platforms that I finally was just like, okay, tell me where to start and I'll do it. November, I read Mistborn. December, I read The Well of Ascension. And currently, right now, I am finishing The Hero of Ages, which everybody says they would stake their reputation on. So I am terrified to actually finish it. I just started chapter 70 this morning, which means I have that much left. They may look like small books, but they are all well over 700 to 800 pages, which is why it's taken me an astronomically ridiculous amount of time to finish them. Not to mention, again, they're high fantasy, so the world building and the politics and all that stuff is the main point of the story, so it's taken me, as a first-time high fantasy reader, a little bit longer to really digest what's going on in here. Essentially just wanted to use this video as kind of a platform to talk about, is high fantasy accessible for romantasy readers? And then also do a little reading vlog on me finishing The Hero of Ages, because I am absolutely terrified and must endure this with you. I have been reading this on my Kindle just because these are so small to hold. I just wanted some physical trophies for my bookshelf. And essentially the ending of this book is going to tell me all I need to know. Am I a high fantasy girl? Do I stick around for the rest of the Brandon Sanderson world? My thoughts so far in the series have been all very, very good. However, there are so many things that still don't fully add up, but everybody's telling me just wait. Nothing makes sense until all of it does. Trying not to read the end, but I want to see how many chapters there are. Okay, it looks like there's about 12 more chapters in this for me. So I assume things are going to wrap up pretty quickly in the last 12. So I'm going to take you with me while I finish it up. I'm terrified. I have no idea what to expect. However, I did guess a few plot twists, but everybody says the first time that they read this, that they have absolutely no idea what's coming at the end. I'm hoping to make most of this video spoiler free so that if you're a romantasy reader and want to know if this is worth your time and worth a read for you, that you'll be able to decide that. I probably will make a section of this video full of spoilers, and I'll let you know when that happens so that nothing gets spoiled for you if you're going to read these. But I would love to chat to my other Brandy Sandy readers about what occurs in these books. So far, I am absolutely enthralled with the way this author has written a world and created a world that I absolutely have no idea where the imagination comes from. And the fact that this man produces so many books and so many new worlds within something he calls the Cosmere is absolutely insane. It's a gift, it really is, because this is the most unique, incredible magic system I've ever read about, while also being accessible to somebody who's never read high fantasy before. Did it take me a little longer to digest what's happening? Yes, but now that I'm in, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to give you more of my thoughts as we go and as we conclude this series. So stick with me if we figure out if this is accessible for all romantasy readers. I'm either going to finish this in this current sitting or the next one. We are freshly showered in our teddy bear pajamas, ready to lock in, okay? Am I emotionally prepared to let go of these characters? No, not at all. But hopefully we have one more sitting after this. It just depends how locked in I really am. I feel like now is a good time to start filming reactions. I don't really know when things get crazy around here. I mean, it's been crazy the whole time. But I figured now is a good place to start, so you're coming along with me. I just looked and we only have like 100 pages left. So it is highly possible that in the next 2 hours I could finish this. I'm just stalling because I'm scared, so. The reading ambiance is set up, and I'm sorry you can't see me that well. It's just because it's dark in here. But we are on chapter 70 and we're locking in. Does that mean? That means that was why the whole freaking time? Wait! Okay. There's no way that the next 10 chapters are gonna tell me why all of this stuff is happening. So we're just gonna carry on to the next day? Oh, okay. Okay, the next day happens. What? Oh. Oh no. Oh. We're at chapter 81, 2 chapters away. I'm so scared right now. I'm so scared right now. This is terrible. I can't. What is happening? This is breaking my heart. Just finished. I did not expect to be so emotional about it. Yeah, so I don't know what you want me to say after that. I'm crippled, I'm destroyed. The actual chemistry of my being, of my beating heart that was torn out reading the ending of this book. I, in no shape or form, anticipated feeling the depth of feelings that I felt reading the end of this. I never anticipated feeling that deeply for those people, for those characters. Everybody says that this is the perfect introduction to Brandon Sanderson. Might I add that this is my first impression of Brandon Sanderson, and I am eternally terrified of his stories now. That was gorgeous, beautiful, perfect, horrible, tragic, terrible, hated it, loved it. I don't know what to say. It's been about 20 hours since I digested the ending of this book. And I have so much to say and yet so little, since I fear I'll never be the same. So I don't even know how to speak on this because, yeah, I mean, if you get it, you get it. Gosh, where do I even start? I began this journey, it really was to see, hey, as a primarily romantasy reader, can I enjoy high fantasy and have the same emotional response and reaction to escaping into a world that is purely high fantasy and a world that is harder to dive into? The answer is yes. The answer is wholeheartedly yes. However, the journey to get there was harder than your classic spoon-feed romantasy book. So my answer to the question is, if you're willing to stick to the plot and you don't need a romance to distract from the plot, then yes, this is for you. Like, you'll enjoy it. And that's not to get into the argument of what's actually a book and what's actually reading, because all of it is important and all of it is reading and all of it is for our enjoyment. This is just a little harder to understand all the time because there's missing pieces and there's parts that you're really just not supposed to understand as you go, especially coming from somebody who mostly reads a lot of romance, which that does not mean that those stories can't be complex and complicated and pieces missing until we get them at the end. I'm saying this man created powers and worlds and universes that, quite frankly, I don't know how he even came up with them. Like, I'm almost certain an alien or some force of nature has come down, spoken to this man about things that have to exist, because that's how real this world felt. So all of that to say, if you're willing to commit to the plot, and everybody that was like in my comments talking about the series, like journey before destination, which now that I've read it, I'm like, yeah, like just enjoy the whole thing with these characters. You're going through life with these people. Okay, I read 2,500 pages or more of these characters, and I feel like I know them. I mean, the found family aspect of this series, just in general, and I assume for most of his books, was phenomenal. I mean, it hit every single line, and honestly, there was a romance in this too, which I wasn't anticipating that at all. It just isn't like your classic, ACOTAR romance, which, I mean, in my mind, nothing tops an ACOTAR romance, okay? A fourth wing romance, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all ears for it, okay? But I also discovered that your girl can do both, because this was outstanding. The things that I enjoyed about this most were found family. I mean, the cast of characters was so complex, it was written as though Brandon Sanderson knows these people. Again, Does he? Are these real people? I'm almost certain, I'm 99% certain that they must exist because that's how deeply he delves into each character and their aspect in life and what's going on with them. Another aspect I really enjoyed is that this story wasn't spoon-fed to me. Important details were thrown in there and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, what's happening? But he never gives you something that you're not going to be able to handle and you're going to figure it out later and understand, okay, that's why that was there. I didn't miss it. I'm not going crazy. I don't have just a singular brain cell rattling around up there. Like, I am able to digest and comprehend all of the deep, intense concepts that are within this story. So it's not spoon-fed to you, but he always gives you the information that you need to move forward with the story and understand where it's going. And then I would say my all-time favorite part about this is you put in a lot of effort in reading these pages. You put in a lot of effort in knowing the characters and seeing the plot and understanding what's happening through the course of 3 books that are all well over 600 to 700 pages. And so you're really putting in this effort and hoping that the ending and all the work you put in is going to pay off, and it pays off. Like, it has a conclusion that feels so accurate, and not at all what I was anticipating, but so accurate to what the story should be. I don't know how to explain it unless you've read it. I'm gonna keep this spoiler free if you guys want me to do a video on like my thoughts about what's going on, because I have so many thoughts. I have so many questions still. I have so many things that I would love to chat with my I have so many things that I want to talk to my Brandison. Why can't I have so many things I want to talk to my what is going on? I have so many things I want to talk about with my Brandon Sanderson people. I want to keep this spoiler free though, so that I can have all the people who are confused or concerned, if this is for them, it is for you. And I think if you're interested in it at all, you will love this. I mean, it is nothing like I anticipated. It is nothing like I expected. And I fear the quotes within this story will, unfortunately, live in my mind forever. So, like I expected, there is a Sophia before Mistborn and there is a Sophia after, and the fact that every single person says The Way of Kings is better is already a detriment to my soul. Like, I'm already pre-broken by the fact that something could hurt me worse than this, okay? The work I put into it was worth it. The payoff was absolutely worth it. Heavy plot, which is fantastic, with a very beautifully written, unique magic system that I have never found in any other place. I really just can't say enough good things. I mean, when I was reading it, I was like, yeah, this is good, this is good. I'm rocking with it. I know what's going on, whatever. The ending just changed my view of everything because of how beautiful the story is completed. I don't know. I could talk about it forever right now. All of that to say, if you are wondering if high fantasy is for you and you've primarily read, ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, Fourth Wing, all of the like mainstream popular fantasy novels, I'm right there with you. Those are my favorite books of all time. Nothing will ever deter me from that category, and I do absolutely deem those as real fantasy novels. Even Brandon Sanderson, let's keep this in mind, even Brandon Sanderson has said that they have a place within the fantasy world that is just as important as high fantasy. So with that in mind, this sect of fantasy is something you will totally love too, because I just never expected to really buy into everything that was in here, and it was phenomenal. It was fantastic. And so to my people wondering, yes, just give it a try. Just give it a try. I mean, it's big. They're big boys. Okay, they're big, but again, the payoff is worth it. Just trust me on it. The payoff is worth it. And I mean, I literally got to like the last 10 pages, and I was like, where are we going? Like, where are we going? And man, that last 2 pages of the literal epilogue of the epilogue is what had me. I mean, you saw my actual struggle there, bawling my eyes out. I mean, we're talking, after I ended that video, I cried for another 20 minutes. And during my work day today, my heart would just sink thinking about some of the lines at the end. I rest my case. It was great. It was great. It tore my heart out. It was terrible, and it was great. What a ride. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for telling me to read this. I may never be the same. I won't ever be the same. So, and it is that dramatic. Like, it really is. As you can see, it's this dramatic. Anyways, so thankful you're here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thanks for being around. If you want to follow me on other platforms, my name is Books with Soph Soul on both TikTok and Instagram, and I love just chatting with you guys. I read this purely from suggestions from you guys, so I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much. And yeah, I can't wait to read more with you this year and discover more of this author and other authors that are gonna just absolutely break my heart. And yeah, I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. I'm unfortunately the hero of ages. Are you kidding me? I've spoken with our friends and they're quite happy where they are. They deserve a rest, I think. That's when I started bawling. Please. I have made you Mistborn and healed the damage you did to your body by flaring tin so much. I hope you don't mind. It was actually Kelsier's request. Consider it a parting gift from him. I'm gonna go set this on fire and also create a shrine for it, so.